What's up, guys? I'm going to show you the exact setup and strategy I used to make $855 today on SPX in just the first hour of the market being open. Okay, now I did take about 3 trades on this, basically 2 trades. One of them I did with credit spreads and with buying options. The other one was also just buying options. Ended up losing $930, but overall ended the day up $855. I want to show you guys exactly kind of the system and strategy that led to me understanding what was happening, and how you can trade the same strategy and setup for yourself. So let's get into it. Now, taking a look at SPX. Okay, now I was trading SPX options, but I was looking at the ES chart. Okay, I was simply trading ES, and I was also looking at the SPY chart. That's just how I typically trade. You can see all my levels are on here. Now, what was essentially the reasoning for this trade? What happened? Let's get into it. So the first thing I noticed coming in the market open was that price opened right around here. We had a nice rally hop higher right in the start of the morning session. Okay, basically right at open, we just zoomed right up and we had this nice consolidation phase. Now, the first thing that made me bullish was that we were above this VAH level. Okay, now we can take a look into higher time frame context. Right, we're coming off of this demand zone. Right, we're pushing higher, and we're expecting to move higher off of this demand. And the fact that we are back above yesterday's VAH level means that the odds are in our favor of price continuing to move up. So that was the first thing that was coming in mind. Now, although that was the case, when I take a look at ES, what I noticed here in the first 30 minutes or so was that price had a nice rally higher, and we had a very tight consolidation period right here. Okay, price had just 3 equal lows here. We had 2 equal highs here. Very tight, very quick. Little choppy action here. Now, when I see that as a trader who's been in the market for over 6 years, I start to assume there has to be somebody building a position. Okay, now what do I mean by building a position? Okay, markets are moved by people and funds that have hundreds of millions of dollars. And so in this area, you can imagine that there's probably some fund, some trader, whoever it is, who's loading up hundreds, thousands of contracts. Okay. And they're probably buying here, buying some up here. They're getting it in this general vicinity. Now, when I start to see that, right, I start to use that to my advantage. Say, okay, price made a move up in the first 30 minutes. Somebody's most likely building a position here, okay? And so what I actually put in the chat here was that looks like someone's building a position, waiting for the breakout and retest to see if it holds. You can see I put the image, basically the same thing when this was all occurring right around here. Now, because I did that, what I saw was I was waiting for the break and retest. Right here, price broke. We retested as we came back through right here. And I ended up getting short on SPX puts, or I bought SPX puts. You can see that was this trade right here. Ended up losing $930. As you can imagine, that makes sense because price continued to rally higher. Ended up stopping out like 2 minutes later on this candle right here, okay? Once I noticed we came through. And as that started to happen, price easily rallied all the way up here. When I saw that happen, I said, okay, we know that somebody built a position here. This was very clearly a stop hunt, right? I was part of the trap that got stop hunted here, right? So I went in short, got stop hunted, very clear. You can see the volume confirms that. Price rallies all the way up. And you still got to imagine, right? I'm sure that whoever was in this position was guiding out some contracts here. My original target for the long thesis was this 4475 level. And as price came down, came back up, ended up getting in long as we were breaking out the other way, okay? And I also added some as we came down and tested here. Now, why did I do that? Well, it was very clear and obvious to me that price moved up. We had a nice consolidation period. We stopped hunting. We came back through that this was going to move higher, okay? Somebody built a position. They stopped hunt everybody, right? Everybody, all the retail traders who were long here, they added to their position here with all the stops. And as price was coming back out, it's pretty obvious they're going to take it higher. Okay, so I'm getting long here. I can actually show you on the chart itself of the SPX chart right here. As price was coming back up, I got long 3 contracts of the calls. I think I got like 3 days out on these. You can see where I sold them as well. Sold them on this push up, one more push higher, and then towards the highs here is when I got out the final contract. Now, why did I decide to get out here, here, and here? Well, this 4475 level was my target. Now, why was that my target? Well, when it comes to trading, you want to have logical stops and logical targets. I talk about this all the time, okay? It's really important that you're trading with logical stops, logical targets. Now, what does that mean? It means that, for example, you're not getting stopped out in places like right here, okay? That's actually where I did end up getting in short. However, it's important to understand that if you're not getting stopped out at the lows, or if you are getting stopped out at the lows, you're not using a logical stop, which simply means you're not reading price action in the right way, right? You typically want to be getting stopped out, and then price just continues dumping, right? That means you're getting stopped out, and you're reading price action the right way. Now, it's never going to happen 100%. But if you guys are interested in learning more about how to use logical stops and logical entries and what that actually looks like, I actually made a free training for you. I'll leave that in the first link in the description below, so you can go ahead and check that out after this video. But being able to understand this, so saw price came out, right? Took out a contract here in this push up, and then as price came back down here, I'll show you like this. I ended up adding to my position. So got out one contract here. Price came down, and I saw that we retested this area. Again, this is a very key zone. This is where institutions were loading up. Somebody was loading up here. As price came back down, you would expect them to hold it. You would expect them to hold on to that position, right? So they came back. They defended that position. We see that increased volume as price came down into it. We got that confirmation. Ended up getting long on a credit spread instead, where you can see, show you right here. It's not really showing which one. This one as well. So I shorted the 4460 puts, and I bought the 4455 puts. Okay, and you can see ended up making around $700 on that, and another 1,000 on the long calls that I was already in already. And so you can see ended up making $855 because I was selling up here as we approached my 4475 target. Now, last thing, stick with me here. Why did I have 4475? This is what we call single prints. Okay, this is a market profile term. I also do look at market profile. I'll show you a little bit what that looks like. If I go to here, you can see, oops, not on that. Take a look at SPY. You can see that this is what a market profile chart looks like. If you give me 1 second for it to load. There we go. So this is a little bit harder to read, but you can see right here we have what we call single prints. Again, it can get a little complicated, but I do have a actually free course. I'll leave that in the description below called the Freedom Team Vault. It's a Discord where I hold my course showing you exactly how market profile works, how to trade it. So that's another thing I look at, again, to find my logical stops, logical targets, and everything like that. But so you can see price came out, came up to that area, took my profit, and I got out. I'm not here sitting, holding for a massive move. I'm not here trying to catch the exact bottom, exact top, right? All I did was get a piece of the move, right? Just from this here to this here, right? Small piece of the move, and took my profit and got out of the market. And that was all within about, the first hour of the market being open, right? We actually peaked right at 10:30, right as the market first hour was done. So very simple trading, very easy to do. And yeah, pretty simple. If you can understand, logical stops, logical entries, if you can understand where, funds or players who have big money, who call it smart money, are loading up, you can essentially take advantage of that, okay, and use it to your advantage because they're going to defend it. You can see price came back down into it again. They defended it again, and we'll see what happens from day on. I'm done for the day trading. I took my money. I'm walking away. But hopefully, guys, this gets you a better sense of all of that. Now, if you guys are interested in where I put my morning plans, and you can see like the profits, people are wanting to have the chat. I want you guys to click the first link in the description below, okay? You can hop on a call with us. We'll see if you're a good fit to join my private mentorship. But other than that, check out the free training as well, okay? Check out the free Discord. I have a whole bunch of courses in there. I have free trainings, webinars, everything that you need to be successful, all for free. So go ahead, check that out. And with that being said, leave a like, subscribe, and comment other videos I should make. And I'll see you guys in the next video.